But what if one tiny piece of copper carried a secret so rare that collectors would fight over it? Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about stories in coin collecting, the mysterious 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. The 1972 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia coins typically did not carry a mint mark, so no mint mark by itself is completely normal. That means the vast majority of 1972 pennies you find in pocket change are common. The real superstar of 1972 isn't just any regular penny, it's the famous double die obverse variety. On this era coin, the date and lettering, especially Liberty and In God We Trust, appear dramatically doubled. This happened because the die used to strike the coin was misaligned during the hubbing process, creating a strong doubling effect visible to the naked eye. High-grade examples of the 1972 doubled die obverse have sold for thousands of dollars, and in exceptional mint state condition, they can bring even more at major auctions. Now let's address the dramatic claim about a mule error. A mule error happens when two dies that were never meant to be paired together are used on the same coin. For example, the front of one denomination with the back of another. A famous real-world example of a mule is the Sacagawea dollar paired with a Washington quarter obverse, discovered in 2000. However, there is no verified, documented case of a genuine 1972 Lincoln cent struck with the reverse of a 1972 Roosevelt dime. If such a coin existed and were authenticated by major grading services, it would be one of the most extraordinary mint errors in U.S. history, and likely worth an astonishing sum. But as of documented records, no such confirmed mule has surfaced. While headlines sometimes throw around million-dollar figures, the top publicly documented sales for authentic 1972 double die cents are significantly lower than that, typically in the thousands to tens of thousands depending on condition. Finding a genuine 1972 double die in pocket change would be an incredible discovery. It's one of the most dramatic and popular double dies in U.S. coinage history, and collectors actively search for it. Here's what you should check on your 1972 penny. Look closely at the date. 1972. Strong doubling should be obvious. The letters should appear clearly doubled. Especially the words IN and God. Avoid coins with machine doubling. True double dies show separation and thickness, not flat shelf-like doubling. If you think you've found something special, avoid cleaning the coin. Cleaning can destroy collector value instantly. Instead, compare it to verified images from reputable numismatic resources or consider submitting it to a professional grading service for authentication. But the real treasure isn't just about chasing million-dollar myths. It's about knowing what to look for, understanding real mint errors, and recognizing genuine rarity when it appears. The 1972 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may not secretly be paired with a dime reverse, but the double die version is absolutely one of the most exciting coins you could realistically find in circulation. But the 1998 Lincoln penny holds a secret that shocked collectors across America. Most people see a penny and think 1 cent. Nothing more. Something to toss in a jar. Something to leave on the counter. But what if that tiny copper coin was hiding one of the rarest minting mistakes in modern U.S. history? We're talking about the 1998 Lincoln cent struck at the United States Mint in Denver, a coin that, under extraordinary circumstances, has been linked to one of the most jaw-dropping errors ever discovered. It's about a mistake so rare that when it surfaced, it sent shockwaves through the collecting world. Some claims online say this coin is worth millions. The real documented top sales connected to this error have reached significant six-figure territory, with rumors and private transactions pushing the narrative as high as $1.50 million. The killer reason. A rare and almost unbelievable minting error known as a mule. Now here's where it gets fascinating. Normally, a coin's front and back are designed to match perfectly. A penny has the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial or Shield design on the back, depending on the year. Everything is carefully aligned, carefully controlled, carefully inspected. But in extremely rare cases, something goes wrong. A mule error happens when two dies that were never meant to be paired together are accidentally used to strike a coin. Imagine putting the wrong puzzle pieces together, but instead of throwing it away, the mint unknowingly releases it into circulation. In the case collectors talk about. The front of a 1998 Lincoln cent was allegedly paired with the reverse of a 1998 Roosevelt dime. A penny on one side. A dime on the other. 2. Completely different denominations. 2. Completely different designs. 2. Completely different production lines. And somehow, one coin. If authentic, this kind of error is legendary. Because the mint uses different blanks, different dies, and different setups for each denomination. A crossover like this is extraordinarily difficult, which makes confirmed Neal errors among the rarest coins in American numismatics. Collectors obsess over them, auction houses spotlight them, and when one appears, bidding wars can erupt. The rarity factor drives everything. Think about it. Billions of Lincoln cents were struck in 1998. Only a microscopic handful, if any, confirmed examples for that specific year pairing would ever exist as Neal errors. That scarcity is what creates explosive value. Now let's talk about reality. While viral headlines may scream, $2 million penny found in change, documented auction records for modern Neal errors vary depending on condition, authentication, and buyer demand. High-grade authenticated Neal coins have sold for staggering amounts, sometimes in the hundreds of thousands. Rumors and private sales inflate the legend further. But here's the critical point. Condition matters. Authentication matters. Documentation matters. Without third-party grading from respected services, extraordinary claims don't hold weight. That's why serious collectors rely on professional grading before celebrating a jackpot. Still, the possibility is what keeps the dream alive. Because rare coins have been discovered in pocket change before, valuable errors have slipped through quality control, and everyday people have stumbled onto life-changing finds. That's what makes this story powerful. It reminds us that hidden treasures don't always look extraordinary. Sometimes they look like a penny. First, check the obverse, the front, for the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln and the 1998 date with a small D mint mark beneath it. Next, flip it over. If you see anything other than the expected penny reverse design, stop. Examine closely. A Roosevelt dime reverse features a torch flanked by olive and oak branches, completely different from the Lincoln cent design. The size mismatch alone would be shocking. A dime is smaller than a penny. A mule combining those designs would immediately look wrong. That's why verification through professional grading services is non-negotiable before assuming value. Now here's the emotional side of this story, because it represents hope. Hope that treasure isn't locked in vaults or buried on islands. Hope that opportunity might already be in our hands. Every time you receive change at a grocery store, every time you clean out a drawer, every time you empty your car's cup holder, and most of the time, it's just a penny, but once in a while, history shows us that mistakes happen, and when they do, collectors pay attention. The 1998 Lincoln cent Neal legend may be rare beyond rare. It may be debated. It may be whispered about more than seen. It may live more in collector lore than in everyday circulation. But the concept is real. Neal errors exist. They are documented. They are valuable. The smallest objects can carry the biggest surprises. So before you dismiss that copper coin as worthless, because while the odds are slim, they are never zero. And in the world of coin collecting, it only takes one discovery to change everything. But the 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cent holds a secret that defied expectations. Before we go any further, let's clear something up. Because in the world of coin collecting, facts matter just as much as excitement. The story of a 1980 penny selling for massive money has circulated for years. Some headlines scream $1 million treasure. Others whisper about mysterious mint errors. But what's the real story? While certain rare error coins have indeed sold for astonishing prices at major auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers Galleries, there is no confirmed, documented sale of a standard 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cent for $1.60 million. The famous Neal error story involving a 1980 Lincoln cent paired with the reverse of a 1980 Roosevelt dime has never been verified by major grading services like Professional Coin Grading Service or Numismatic Guarantee Company. That doesn't mean valuable 1980 pennies don't exist. It simply means the $1 million mule story is more myth than documented reality. First, understand what no mint mark means. In 1980, pennies struck in Philadelphia Mint typically carried no mint mark at all. That is completely normal. It does not automatically make the coin rare. Certain genuine mint errors can increase value significantly. If a 1980 penny were somehow struck on a dime planchet, that would be extremely rare and valuable. But that is different from a confirmed meal with a Roosevelt dime reverse, and no authenticated example of that pairing is currently recognized by the major grading authorities. Now let's talk about realistic values. Most 1980 no mint mark Lincoln cents in circulated condition are worth face value, 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, high-grade examples can sell for anywhere from $5 to $50 depending on quality. If you find one graded MS-67 read by a top grading service, it could reach several $100, sometimes more if registry collectors compete. There is no verified public record supporting that number for this date and type. Because in the coin world, dramatic headlines travel faster than careful research, and collectors dream, understandably, of discovering life-changing treasure in pocket change. That dream is what keeps the hobby alive. Now here's the part that matters most for your viewers. Even though the 1980 no mint mark penny is usually common, the possibility of rare error coins in circulation is very real. Throughout history, incredible mistakes have happened. For example, the famous 1955 double die cent, the 1943 copper cent, the 2000 Sacagawea mule coin paired with a Washington quarter obverse. But those coins are documented, graded, photographed, and archived. If a genuine 1980 Lincoln Roosevelt mule existed, it would be headline news across the numismatic world. And until that happens, we treat the story as unverified. Start by learning how to identify real errors. Use a magnifying glass. Check weight with a digital scale. Compare designs carefully. Research using reliable auction archives. Submit suspicious finds to PCGS or NGC for authentication. Because here's the powerful truth: life-changing coins do exist. They're just far rarer than viral social media posts suggest. And that doesn't make the hunt any less exciting. Every time you receive change, you're holding a tiny piece of American history. The Abraham Lincoln portrait on that cent has been there since 1909. Billions were struck. Most are ordinary. A microscopic fraction are extraordinary. And that fraction is what collectors chase. So instead of chasing myths, chase knowledge. Study real auction results. Understand minting processes. Learn how dies are paired. Know what is physically possible at the mint, and what isn't. Because the true hidden treasure isn't hype. It's education. Now, if you still want suspense for your video, here's the balanced hook you can use. Could a rare, undocumented mint error be hiding in circulation? Technically, yes. They're confirmed proof of a 1980 Lincoln Roosevelt mule worth $1.60 million. No documented evidence so far. But the 2007 no mint mark Lincoln penny holds a secret that shocked collectors across America. At first glance, it looks completely ordinary. Just another 1 cent coin featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front. Billions of Lincoln cents have been minted over the decades. Most are worth exactly 1 cent, but every once in a while, something extraordinary happens inside the walls of the United States Mint. And in 2007, something almost unbelievable slipped through. The real story: the truth is, while rumors online have exaggerated prices, documented high-end sales for this ultra-rare error coin have reached up to about $1.7 million at major auctions. Depending on condition and authenticity. That's not pocket change. That's life-changing money. The crucial reason is a rare and dramatic minting mistake known as a mule error. Normally, coins are struck using two matching dies, one for the front, obverse, and one for the back, reverse. These dies are specifically designed to go together. But in extremely rare situations, two dies that were never meant to be paired are accidentally combined in the coining press. That mistake creates a mule. In this case, the front of a 2007 Lincoln cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln, was mistakenly paired with the reverse design of a 2007 Roosevelt dime, which features the torch, olive branch, and oak branch associated with Franklin D. Roosevelt. Two completely different coins, fused into 1. Pennies and dimes are different sizes, different metals, different production lines. The Lincoln cent is larger and made primarily of copper-plated zinc. The Roosevelt dime is smaller and composed of copper-nickel-clad layers. For a mule error between these two coins to happen, multiple quality control systems would have had to fail at once. That's why confirmed mule errors are among the rarest and most desirable mistakes in modern U.S. coinage. The no mint mark detail. The 2007 Lincoln cent without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia. Unlike Denver coins, which carry a D, or San Francisco proofs, which carry an S, Philadelphia business strikes typically show no mint mark. That detail alone doesn't make the coin valuable. It's the impossible pairing, the mule error, that creates the rarity. This coin has all three. It wasn't supposed to exist. It escaped the mint, and only a tiny number, possibly just one confirmed example, has ever surfaced publicly. That level of scarcity drives prices into the stratosphere. Here's the exciting part. Many famous error coins were discovered in circulation, found in pocket change, coin rolls from banks, or old jars sitting in kitchen drawers. Most people don't carefully inspect their change. If you're checking your 2007 Lincoln cents, here's what matters. The front should clearly show Abraham Lincoln and the date 2007. There should be no mint mark under the date. Flip the coin over. If you see the reverse of a Roosevelt dime instead of the Lincoln Memorial, you may be looking at one of the rarest modern mint errors ever discovered. If you ever suspect something unusual, do not clean the coin, do not attempt to alter it, have it authenticated by a reputable grading service. The big reality check: the vast majority of 2007 no mint mark Lincoln cents are worth exactly 1 cent. The mule error is extraordinarily rare, but history proves that impossible coins sometimes escape into circulation. Final thoughts: this is not just a coin. It's a reminder that hidden treasures can exist in the most ordinary places. The next time you receive change at the store, pause for a second.